Ayo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we are back with another tier list. If you guys like these tier list videos and want me to do more of them, please leave a like on the video down below, as well as comment, other tier lists that you guys want to see. But basically what I did is I took the tier list that we did back on, I think it was May 9th, and basically put it all back here, and we're just gonna move guys around that I feel like may have changed, in my opinion, swayed around a little bit, and where I think they are currently. So I think I've changed my opinion on Hakeem, and he can definitely move higher up in S tier. Dino can move down to A+. That one was kind of like a little bit of a troll pick, you know what I mean? I just like Dino, so I threw him up there. But we're going to bring him down now and throw him up into the A+ category. When it comes to our A tier, I think this was after Evo when we did it. So most of this actually looks pretty decent, if I'm being honest. I think I'm going to move our Arvydas Sabonis down to C tier because, he's pretty outdated. I don't think he works too well. And then I'm going to move Greg Oden up to A tier, move Christian Laettner down to B, just because I realized I like Greg Oden's release a little bit better for the center position. It's not too bad. And Christian Laettner is definitely better suited as a power forward, and I probably should reflect that in my ratings a little bit. And then I think for the most part, this is pretty set up. I'll put, yeah, actually, I don't mind this. I actually don't mind this. We'll keep this, I think, the way that it is. And we should be a-okay with that. And yeah, all right, let's get it on. We got a bunch of new cards that have dropped since this has happened, and I think we haven't really gotten too many centers. You can see we got a whole list of them, but I don't think we've had too many centers where it dropped in between the time periods, which is a little bit unfortunate. But hey, not bad. So first off, we have Pink Diamond Rick Smith, who is an awesome, 7-footer. He can shoot the midi like crazy. Has a nice little 3-point shot as well. Has a bunch of nice defensive badges in the post. He's a god. Everything about, Rick Smith just makes him an animal. I think definitely a bit of a top tier card, and we gotta throw him up into A+ tier. I think we'll put him a little bit above Dino and Mutombo, just because I feel like Rick Smith has that ability to, he has a higher strength than somebody like Mutombo, so he can play a little bit better in the post than Manu. And then with Dino, Dino's just a little bit shorter, so it's kind of like, do you want a slow, tall, inside big man, or somebody like Dino who's gonna work a little bit more on the perimeter, kind of speed boost like Giannis? Kind of a tit for tat thing, but I definitely think Rick Smith has a little bit of a boost over him. Next, we have a Galaxy Opal Nate Thurmond, who I was looking at, and basically is like this Kareem, I think, with maybe a slightly better jump shot. I can't really remember too well I'm forgetting what it looked like, but I know that it's definitely not bad. It's nothing awful. But with him, I don't think I'm too impressed with Nate Thurmond, so I think I'm gonna throw him in the A+ tier. I think he's a pretty good, nice card. He's kind of like Dino. I've heard he's just kind of, he feels as if he's just Dino, just a little bit juiced up, because he can speed boost, play awesome defense all around, shoot the 3 pretty well, finish inside, post game, all of that sort of stuff. So we're gonna throw him in A+ tier, again, slightly above Dino, but I don't think he can crack into these top tier cards yet. Next, we have the Galaxy Opal Dave Cowens, who I think I've said before is for sure better suited as a power forward. As a power forward, I think he's definitely S+ tier, but as a center, I think I'm going to throw him A+. I think he is definitely a better Dino, if we're thinking about it in that terms, but he's only 6'9", so I don't think I could put him above Nate Thurmond, because Nate Thurmond, I think, is 6'11" still, so as a center is a little bit better. Dave Cowens is 6'9", so definitely better as a forward, but he's got range and a bunch of really good sigs to really help him out, along with a really nice jump shot. So I think A+ is pretty suiting for Dave Cowens. Again, at the power forward, definitely would be cranking up in those. Next, we have Galaxy Opal Chris Bosh, who is a card that I actually love. Has an amazing jump shot, awesome shooting, all around, has an awesome post game, amazing defense. Everything about this card I think is amazing. I do think he's better suited as a power forward, but I don't think I can, argue against Chris Bosh being anything lower than S+ tier. If you wanted to throw him, S, I can understand, but I think either S or S+ tier for Chris Bosh is definitely suitable, and I think he sits there with the power forward as well. Chris Bosh is an absolute dog, just insane. Next, we have Pink Diamond Karl Malone, who's another card who I think is definitely kind of in there as that better as a power forward option, but still isn't awful as a center. And maybe if you wanted to reuse him as like a TTO center, definitely wouldn't be too bad. But I think because he's undersized and overall it doesn't impress me too much, I'm going to throw him in B tier. I feel like he's kind of similar to somebody like Chris Webber. I don't think Chris Webber has range, and I think Malone does, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am, whatever. But I think they're pretty even. I'm going to throw Karl Malone a little above Webber, but that is very subject to change. Next, we have Amethyst James Donaldson, who I think is probably one of the better budget, back to the basket bigs, kind of like Shaquille O'Neal. But he hasn't impressed me too much. I don't think he's like all that. Animations are okay, definitely not bad. And as a budget center, definitely a decent option. I'm going to throw him in C tier. I think he's definitely not bad, but I don't really recommend, picking him up, even though he is so cheap. You should definitely go with somebody, like Mo Bamba, maybe spend a little bit more and get Bam Adebayo. And even there are some options that we have coming up that are going to be pretty awesome around the same price point. Next, we have the Amethyst Larry Sanders, who actually evos up to a diamond, and then a pink diamond. And that his pink diamond, he actually is kind of a beast. He can speed boost, shoot the midi like a dog, has a pretty nice jump shot, but no three-point shooting at all. And his strength is like a 50 on a center. So I think as a center, he definitely is just not good. I think a lot of people have used him and neglected the fact that he doesn't have a high strength, and he does have badges to kind of make up for it. So I think we can throw him into C tier and not D tier, because he got some badges to make up for it, but his strength is super low, and really once you're in the back to the basket situations, you can kind of realize that he can't back anybody down, and he gets back down really easily. So sadly for Larry Sanders, I think I'm gonna have to throw him into C tier, but could have been a great card if they just made his strength a little bit higher. It would have been basically like a speed boosting Bill Russell before Evo, which would have been kind of fun. Next, we have a Galaxy Opal Dikembe Mutombo, who I'm going to look at in terms of pre-dynamic duo without those boosts. But with those boosts, he's an S+ tier. Because at his dynamic duo, Dikembe Mutombo goes up to like an 80 shot 3, I'm pretty sure, which is just some absurd boost to him. And he is already, a speed boosting, insane defensive kind of big man. And I think he is definitely up there with somebody, like Wilt Chamberlain. Kind of one of those guys who can't shoot as well, but can still play amazing. I think, actually, I'm going to put him a little bit lower than Wilt, because Wilt can actually still shoot before Evo, and Dikembe can't. But if you have that Evo on there, I think this Dikembe Mutombo is a beast, because he's 7'1", he can speed boost like crazy, his wingspan is insane, so he's blocking all of the shots that he can, and just overall is a beast, man. This Dikembe Mutombo is a great card. And if anybody needs, a more traditional big man, Dikembe is your man. And even then, if you get that duo, you'll be set either way. Next, we have Amethyst Joe Cheat, who in my opinion is, out of all of these Amethysts, big men that we have, for budget, cards, I definitely think that he is the best out of all of them. So I'm going to kind of put him just slightly above Marvin Bagley and Mohamed Bamba. Now, the thing is, with Joe Chi, you're sacrificing a quick jump shot that you would get on Mo Bamba for just some, I think it's pretty even defense and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like a tit for tat thing. Mo Bamba has a super quick jump shot that maybe some people won't be able to time as well, but Joe Chi has a slightly slower, super easy to time jump shot and some pretty nice post-game animations as well. And just overall is an insane card, especially for his price point, and I think he is amazing. His wingspan is wild. Obviously, he can block so many shots, play some nice defense down there in the paint. And I just think he's a great card to pick up overall. And if you're on a budget, like I said, you shouldn't pick up this James Donaldson. You should go up and grab this Joe T, or even Mo Bamba, or even Marvin Bagley, one of these guys, and you'll be set at that price point. They're just, for the bang for your buck, they're so good. And if we were talking about budget centers, they would be far up there. Next, we have the Pink Diamond Myles Turner, who I used for a while, and I think in my gameplay I said I wasn't too big a fan of him. There's a lot of other cards that I think I would use more, like a Dino, even though Dino doesn't have range. Even this Joel Embiid, I think I like a little bit more, so I think he fits pretty solidly in the A tier. But the thing that hurts me with Myles Turner is he has, I think it's jump shot 71, and he's the only card that has it in the game, and it's kind of just like, it's a weird jumper. It's like at that mid speed, it's not too fast and not too slow. He jumps a little bit over to the left, and it kind of like screws me a little bit. and I just wasn't able to get the timing down. If you could get the timing down, I think he could be a great card, but for me personally, he just wasn't it. But I hope if you guys use him, eventually he can actually be a beast for you guys. Just for me, he kind of fell short a little bit, but kind of sucks because I was really hoping for this Myles card to be a dog, because sometimes he's nice, like the diamond last year in 2K19. I scrolled up a little bit too far. The next card that we have is a Galaxy Opal Bob Mcadoo. Another one of those cards that's basically like this Dino Raja, just slightly different stats. I think he's a little bit beefier when it comes to post game and defense, but he's 2 inches shorter and can probably shoot just as decent as Dino Raja, but I'd like Dino's release a little bit better. I'm going to put him up into the A+ tier, just slightly below Dino, because what's great about Bob Mcadoo, even though he's a little bit undersized, is that he's insane at rebounding and has some awesome defense with some good post game. So as a center, he kind of fits that build pretty well, but unlike somebody like Dave Cowens, is why he's below him, is he cannot shoot to kind of make up for it as well. So you kind of put Bob Mcadoo in there for defense, but I definitely think he's a little bit better suited as a power forward, not as a center, just because of his size. Really, that's the only thing that's, I think, hindering him. You know, we throw him at 6'11", we could throw him up right here with Nate Thurman, but because of his size, I'm gonna have to knock him down just a little bit. Next, we have the pink diamond Lamarcus Aldridge, who is another card that I kind of prefer as a power forward, but I think as a center, definitely isn't bad at all. He's got the, the Lamarcus Aldridge jump shot base, which is basically like base 11, and he can just get up there, shoot really well. His post game is awesome, has some pretty good defense as well. If you throw a shoe on him, he can speed boost, and actually has some pretty nice speed, and overall I think is actually a pretty nice card in a 6'11", so he's got the size mismatch that we're missing. Here I'm gonna put him just slightly above Dino Raja, because he's got more off badges, because he's a little bit more updated. He has a jump shot that I think a lot more people know and can time well, and he has that HOV range, so he can shoot from deep, and I think a lot of people are going to like that. So Lamarcus Aldridge, definitely a beast. And off the token market, at least at the pink diamond tier, is one of the better centers. Him and Joel Embiid, I think, are pretty even in my opinion. Very close. It's just kind of like, which release do you prefer with these guys? Next, we have the diamond Nerlens Noel, who I just actually did a gameplay with, and I think is the perfect card for a lot of budget centers who like kind of a more traditional back to the basket, defensive inside big, but also at least shoot a little bit, and this Nerlens Noel is perfect for that. My man has actually a pretty nice jump shot. It's super easy to time, and I know he only has a 75 3-point rating, but if you give him a ball control shoot and a 3-point boost, he can speed boost, and it gets such a better 3 when you include floor general in that. He can actually shoot the lights out. Now, I'm going to put him slightly below guys like Mo Bamba, Marvin Bagley, and Joe Chi, because I understand that Nerlens has a lower 3-ball than them, and maybe not as good release as some people, but I think he's definitely on par. And if you like the more traditional big men, I think Marvin Bagley and Nerlens Noel are definitely your guys to go. If you guys want people that can shoot, like the centers, they can still shoot from deep and space out the floor, Joe Chi and Mo Bamba are your options to look through. But Nerlens Noel, definitely a beast, and I think is a really slept on card that some people actually could have a lot of fun with, because he's just a beast, man. Just a beast. A 6'11" guy that can speed boost, shoot pretty well, good defense. Definitely like him. Next, we have Diamond Alonzo Mourning, who you guys know, the Galaxy Opal, I'm really not even a fan of. I only have him in A tier. An Opal down in A tier is a little tough, especially when he has some insane stats like he does. It's just that jump shot that really hurts him. And Alonzo Mourning's Diamond with less Hall of Fame badges, with the same bad animations. I think I'm going to have to throw him C tier. We'll throw him below Larry Sanders and Patrick Ewing, who I think I might throw Ewing a little bit higher into B tier. I feel like I was a little bit too harsh on Patrick Ewing, so we'll throw him into B tier. We'll be nice to Patrick Ewing. We'll throw him in B tier. We'll be a guy. Next, we have the pink diamond Brook Lopez, who is obviously an insane shooter. He's one of the best shooters in the game. He's got some pretty good defense as well, but he's a little bit slow. Post game is kind of a dog, though. Like, post game is on point. And the one thing that really I think hurts this Brook Lopez card is the fact that he's slightly slow, but he is 7 foot and can shoot the lights out, and I love his jump shot. So I think I'm going to throw him an A+ tier. I think he is an animal, just an insane card. Definitely one that I would pick up. Again, if you need one of those stretch bigs who can still play some good defense, Brook Lopez is your guy, and also post god. Like, come on. And then last but not least, we have the Amethyst Darko Milicic, who doesn't really impress me. I mean, decent defense, decent post game. I think he can shoot the 3-ball a little bit too. Not a bad card, but I think I'm gonna throw him B tier. He's just kind of like average, not great, not bad. Does a few things good for you, but doesn't give you too much other than that. So I think this is where we are going to end the tier list. What we got right here, I think our final rankings. I'm gonna give a quick little look through right here to see if I like what we have, and I actually think I do. I think I've kind of banged this one out a little bit. Some nice rankings here. Obviously, there's a few people that you can maybe move up a tier or down a tier depending on how you feel about them. But I think I've done pretty well. So let me know what you guys think about my tier list down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys let me know other tier lists that you guys want to see. I plan on going through the rest of the positions and doing all those too. Maybe even doing an updated Galaxy Open one if you guys want to see that. Like the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 6.3K. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next video.